Welcome to iRise online classes. The last session we discussed the rules in the topic speech. This session will go for an exercise on the same topic. We have gone for the rules in detail, the exceptions in detail with many examples. This session will go for an exercise on the same topic. Come to the first question. Now, as I told you, the meaning should remain the same. On converting a sentence from one speech to the other, the meaning should remain the same. The only thing is the tense and the category change, but some exceptions are there. Call the first witness, said the judge. Call the first witness, this is a command. Now, I told you the difference between order and command. Something that is said with authority becomes a command. When the judge says it, it is of course with authority that becomes a command. Now, as you know, request, order, advice, command, all these are termed as imperative sentences. Every imperative sentence in the indirect speech must be in the infinitive form. Every imperative sentence in the indirect speech must be in the infinitive form, and infinitive is 2 plus V1 plural. So the option that we go for as the answer must be in the infinitive form. Based on that, C is eliminated, D is also eliminated. C is not in the infinitive form, D is also not in the infinitive form. We want 2 plus V1 plural, which is not there in C and D, so C and D are eliminated. Now we have two options left, A and B. Come to option A. The judge commanded to call the first witness. To call is 2 plus V1 plural infinitive. Come to the second one. The judge commanded them to call the first witness. To call is 2 plus V1 plural infinitive. Now we have left with two options, A and B. The judge called the first witness, said the judge. The judge said to them is not given there in the question. Based on that, option B is eliminated. The answer must be option A. The judge commanded to call the first witness. Got it? The next one. The judge commanded to them is a wrong usage. I told you. The judge commanded them is a correct usage. Come to the next question. The queen said to her son, "You must go to the forest and remain there till your father calls you back." You must go to the forest and remain there till your father calls you back. Now, your father calls you back, calls is V1. Subject plus V1 is simple present. As per the rule, simple present must become simple past. Based on that, option A is eliminated. A says, till his father calls him back. Calls is V1. As you know, V1 and V2 will never come in the passive voice anyway. Simple present must become simple past. This is simple present. Simple present will not come in the direct speech. The reporting verb is set to past tense. The rules are applicable. So simple present must become simple past. So option A is gone. Now, come to option C. The queen told his son. The queen told his son is a wrong usage. The option that we select as the answer must be grammatically correct. So the queen told his son is wrong. Option C is eliminated. Now we have two options left, B and D. Come to Bombay. Must make sense. The queen told her son that he must go to the forest and remain there till his father called him back. Father called him back. Called is V2. Simple present became simple past. Leave it. Come to option D. The queen told her son to go to the forest and remained there till his father called him back. Called is subject plus V2, simple past. Come to the question. You must go to the forest and remain there. Now, remain is the same as must remain. The word must is understood here. The author is not using the word must again just to avoid redundancy. So you must go to the forest and remain there. Remain is the same as must remain. Now come to option D once again. The queen told her son to go to the forest and remained there. Now, simple reason, must is for a compulsory action. Must is not there in option D. The meaning should remain the same. Option D is eliminated. If must is there, also D is gone. Because remained is V2 and V3. There's nothing like must plus V2 or must plus V3. It is must plus V1 plural always. Simple reason, must is not there, gone. Now we have only one option left, option B. Come to Bombay, we'll see whether it is grammatically correct or wrong. The queen told her son that he must go to the forest and remain there. Remain is the same as must remain. Must is understood here. We are not using it again to avoid redundancy. And must remain is must plus V1 plural. He must go to the forest and remain there till his father called him back. Simple present became simple past. The answer must be option B. Getting it? Come to the next one. I said to her, all your faults will be pardoned if you confess them. Will be pardoned, will changes to would. You know that. Will changes to would. Based on that, option A is gone, option C is gone. Now we have only two options left, B and D. Will be pardoned changes to would be pardoned. Come to option B. I told her that all her faults would be pardoned. Leave it. Come to Delhi. I told her that all her faults would have to be pardoned. Now will be pardoned becomes would be pardoned or would have to be pardoned? Would be pardoned. The only thing is you change will to would. The rest remain the same. So will be pardoned changes to would be pardoned. Based on that, option D is also eliminated. The answer must be option B. Now come to the question once again. All your faults will be pardoned if you confess them. You confess them. The pronoun you is the subject here. Confess is V1. Subject plus V1 is simple present. According to the rule, simple present must become simple past. We'll see whether that rule is satisfied in option B or not. Come to B. I told her that all her faults would be pardoned if she confessed them. Confessed is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. Simple present became simple past. That rule is also fine. The answer must be option B. The next one. He said to Sita, when do you intend to pay back the money you borrowed from me? When do you intend to pay back the money you borrowed from me? Question mark. Interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentence starts with when. So if or whether should not be used. Right? Fine. Now, when do you intend? Do you intend is V1. Simple present. Simple present must become simple past. Come to option A. He inquired Sita, when did she intend? Now he inquired Sita is a wrong usage. It must be he inquired of Sita. Based on that, A is gone, B is gone, C is gone. Now we have only one option left, that is option D. Now, she said to Sita, I say sometimes all the four options may be grammatically wrong. If that is the case, if you attempt the question, you'll get the answer. Come to option 1. We'll see whether it could be printing mistake or typo. We'll see whether any other mistake is there in A. Come to A. Forget about the options. He inquired when did she intend. An interrogative sentence, a sentence in the indirect speech is not an interrogative sentence. When did she intend? Did is the auxiliary verb. She is the pronoun here. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. The auxiliary verb can come before the pronoun only if it is an interrogative sentence. This is not an interrogative sentence. Indirect speech should not be interrogative. So anyway, option A is gone. Come to option B. He inquired Sita when she intended. Simple present became simple past. Intended to pay back the money she borrowed from him. Now, you borrowed from me is simple past. According to the rule, simple past must become past perfect. She borrowed is simple past. It's not past perfect. So this is wrong. Option B is eliminated. Come to option C. He inquired Sita when she intended. simple present became simple past. To pay back the money she had borrowed from him. Had borrowed is had plus V3 past perfect. Simple past became past perfect. I think this should be the answer. It could be a printing mistake or a typo. We'll take it as she inquired of Sita. Take it this way. Leave it. We'll see whether option D is correct or not. He inquired when Sita intended to pay back the money she borrowed from him. You borrowed is simple past. Simple past must become past perfect. She borrowed is simple past. Eliminate, the answer must be C. It could be a typo. So he inquired of Sita is correct. When she intended, simple present became simple past. To pay back the money she had borrowed from him, simple past became past perfect. Got it? In the examination also such errors happen. If you attempt the question, you'll get the answer. That's why we go for challenging. We go challenge the questions. That's why challenging option is there. In fact, come to the next one. Doctor, the patient cried, please tell me how much time I have. Undoubtedly, we know that it is a request, because if it is a request only there will be please. Request means imperative sentence. Every imperative sentence in the indirect speech must be in the infinitive form. That is 2 plus V1 plural form. The patient cried, doctor, the patient cried, please tell me how much time I have. We want infinitive form. Based on that, option A is eliminated, not in the infinitive form. Then one more reason, the patient pleaded the doctor. Pleaded the doctor is a wrong usage. It must be pleaded with the doctor, eliminated. Will have, will is future tense. Will not come in the indirect speech. That is another reason, eliminated. Come to option B. It is also not in the infinitive form. The patient exclaimed to the doctor how much time he had. He did not exclaim to the doctor actually. He asked the doctor, requested the doctor to say. It is not exclaimed to the doctor. There is no exclamation mark also here, eliminated. Come to option C. The patient pleaded with the doctor. Pleaded with is a correct usage. So the patient pleaded with the doctor is correct. To tell him, to tell is 2 plus V1 plural, infinitive. How much time he had. Come to question. Please tell me how much time I have. I have is subject plus V1 simple present. According to the rule, simple present must become simple past. How much time he had. He had is subject plus V2 simple past. That is also fine. Option C must be considered. Option D is eliminated. It is not in the infinitive form. The answer must be C. Clear? Thinking only about the infinitive form, 3 options are gone. A, B and D are not in the infinitive form. Eliminated, the answer must be C. Every imperative sentence must, in the indirect speech, must be in the infinitive form. Come to the next one. So help me heaven, he cried, I will never steal again. I will never steal again. Will changes to would. In all the options we have would. So we cannot get any help from, So option D is gone. There's no would in option D, so that is gone. Fine. So help me heaven, he cried, I will never steal again. Come to option A. He wanted heaven to help him so that he would not steal heaven. She would not steal again. She exclaimed to heaven that he would never. It's he actually. He exclaimed to heaven that he would never steal again. He exclaimed heaven that to help him that he would never steal again. Now here, he wanted heaven to help him so that he would not steal again is wrong. That means if heaven helps him, he will not steal again. If heaven helps him, he will not steal again. The meanings are completely different. Option A is eliminated. Come to option C. He exclaimed heaven to help him that he would never steal again. Come to option B. He exclaimed to heaven that he would never steal again. So help me heaven, he cried, I will never steal again. That means the exclamatory statement was made to heaven. And he was telling heaven that he would never steal again. That meaning comes only in option B. He exclaimed to heaven that he would never steal again. Option C is eliminated. The answer must be option B. Got it? Come to the next. I exclaimed you is wrong. I exclaimed to you. She exclaimed to me. They exclaimed to us. Same thing. He exclaimed to heaven that he would never steal again. So he exclaimed heaven is a wrong use in any way. The answer must be option B. Come to the next one. She said, I'll give you. Now I apostrophe L is I'll. And I'll is a short form of I will. She said, I'll give you 100 rupees to keep your mouth shut. I'll give you 100 rupees to keep your mouth shut. Will changes to would. Based on that, option B is gone. Would is not there. She suggested to him that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Now it is not suggestion. Suggestion means let's will be there. Based on that, now come to option A. She said that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Said becomes said that. I becomes she. Will becomes would. Would plus V1 plural must be considered. Come to option C. She suggested to him. Suggested to him is a correct usage. She suggested to him that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Suggested to will be followed by. Suggestion will be followed by should. Should is not there in the statement. So based on that, option C is eliminated. Let becomes should. Us becomes be. She proposed that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. This is also fine. She proposed that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Now understand the meaning. She said, I will give you 100 rupees to keep your mouth shut. Now I will give you 100 rupees to keep your mouth shut. That's a proposition made by her. She proposed that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Now we have two options that can be considered. Options A and D. She said that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. She proposed that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. So giving him 100 rupees is a proposal made by her to keep his mouth shut. So in this case, the word that fits more than said is proposed. So better option here must be option D. A is correct, but the better option must be D. Because it's a proposal made by her to keep his mouth shut. She proposed that she would give him 100 rupees to keep his mouth shut. Got it? Come to the next one. The teacher said to the student, comma, within quotations, why were you absent yesterday? Question mark, interrogative sentence. So said to becomes asked. Why were you absent today? Based on that, option C is gone. The teacher informed the student is wrong. The teacher did not inform anything to the student. The teacher asked the student, why were you absent yesterday? Yesterday becomes the previous day, and there is another reason to eliminate option C. The next day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Gone. Fine. Now, if or whether should not be used. Why? The interrogative sentence is starting with a WH word, so if or whether should not be used. Should not be used. Why were you absent yesterday is simple past. Why were you absent yesterday is simple past, and according to the rule, simple past must become past perfect. Come to the first option. The teacher asked the student, why had been he? Indirect speech is not interrogative, so the auxiliary verb must come after the noun or pronoun. Here the auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Grammatically wrong, eliminated. Come to option B. The teacher asked the student, why had he been absent the previous day? The same reason, indirect speech is not interrogative. The pronoun here is he. Had is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Grammatically wrong, eliminated. Now we have only one option left. Now I told you, no matter what, the option that we select as the answer must be grammatically correct. Come to option D. We'll see whether it is grammatically correct or wrong. Now we want past perfect. Why were you absent yesterday? There is no main verb here. In the past perfect tense, a main verb must be there because it's had plus V3, main verb in the third form. I told you, if there is no main verb after has, have or had, then been acts as a main verb in the V3 form. I have given you an example while discussing the rules. If there's no V3 after has, have or had, then been acts as a main verb in the V3 form. We want past perfect. Come to the last option, the only option left. The teacher asked the student why he had been absent the previous day. He had been absent. Had been is had plus V3, past perfect. Simple past became past perfect. Yesterday became the previous day. This is not interrogative. The pronoun here is he. Had is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the pronoun. Grammatically correct. The rules are satisfied. The answer must be option D. Getting it? Come to the next one. Sorry. Suppose your children go out for a nice long walk, she said. Suppose your children go out for a nice long walk. Come to option A. She proposed that his children went out for a nice long walk. She advised that his children go out for a nice long walk. She suggested that his children go out for a nice long walk. She suggested that children should go out for a nice long walk. Now, suppose your children go out for a nice long walk. This is a proposal made by her. A proposal same as suggestion in fact. She proposed that his children went out for a nice long walk. Your children go out for a nice long walk. Go out is simple present. Simple present must become simple past. Come to option 1 once again. She proposed that his children went out for a nice long walk. Subject plus V2 is simple past, must be considered. Come to option B. She advised that his children go out. Go is V1 simple present, V1 simple past. One more reason. Advise means imperative. An imperative sentence in the indirect speech must be in the infinitive form. This is not in the infinitive form, eliminated. She suggested that his children go out for a nice long walk. Let's is not there. Let's go out for a walk means it must be suggested to or suggested that. Let's is not there. This is eliminated. This is also gone. The answer must be option A. Got it? She proposed that his children went out for a nice long walk. Come to the next one. I said, when it gets dark, comma, light the lantern and hang it out. I said, when it gets dark, comma, light the lantern and hang it out. Now, when it gets dark is simple present. And as per the rule, simple present must become simple past. Now, I eliminate option B. Because B says requested. It is not request. I told you if it is a request, what will be there? Please will be there. The word please is not there. It is not a request, eliminated. And cannot be request. Because if it is a request, imperative sentence must be in the infinitive form. Option B is not in the infinitive form, eliminated. One more reason. May doesn't come in the indirect speech. May comes in the direct speech. In the indirect speech, it becomes might. Gone. Come to option A. I said that when it got dark, he light the lantern. Light is V1, simple present. Simple present will not come in the indirect speech. One more reason. He light. The subject here is he, singular. Subject of agreement, the verb must also be singular. Light is a plural verb, V1 plural. So grammatically wrong. Option A is eliminated. Come to C. I said that when it got dark, simple present became simple past. He should light the lantern and hung it out. Hung is the same as should hung. We are not using should again just to avoid redundancy. We have gone for a previous, we have gone for a sentence like this earlier. Leave it there. Come to last one. I said that when it got dark, he should light the lantern. It's always should plus V1 plural. Should light is should plus V1 plural. That is completely fine. He should light the lantern and hang it out. Hang in the sense it is should hang. The word should is understood here. We are not using again to avoid redundancy. Now we have two options left, C and D. Come to C. I said that when it got dark, he should light the lantern and hung it out. Hung means should hung. It's always should plus V1 plural. Hung is not V1. Hang is V1. There's nothing like should plus V2 or should plus V3. So this is a wrong usage. Eliminated. The answer must be option A. Should hang it V1. So should hang is V1 plural. Should plus V1 plural is always should plus V1 plural. Grammatically correct. I said that when it got dark, he should light the lantern and hang it out. That means should hang it out. This makes sense. The meaning remains the same. Completely fine. Come to the next one. Understand the meaning. Do as you wish, but don't come and ask me for help if you get into difficulties. Do as you wish, but don't come and ask me for help if you get into difficulties. He said to me. Fine. Now, do as you wish. He said to me. Come to option A. He told me to do as he wished. As he wished to I wished. He said to me, do as you wish means he told me to do as I wished, not he wished. So based on that, option A is eliminated. Come to Bombay. He told me to do as I wished. Completely fine. Now, do as you wish. You wish is simple present. Simple present must become simple past. That is okay. But not to come and ask him for help. If I got into difficulties, you get is simple present. I got into difficulties simple past. Completely fine. Leave it there. Come to see. He ordered me to do as I wished. Now, it is not order. If it is order, he will never say do as you wish. He'll say do as I wish. So it is not an order. Based on that, option C is eliminated. He ordered me to do as I wish is wrong. He ordered me to do as he wished. Come to option D. He told me that unless I did as I wish, he would not come and help me if I got into difficulties. Completely different meanings. Eliminated. The answer must be option B. He told me to do as I wished, but not to come and ask him for help if I got into difficulties. Do as you wish, but don't come and ask me for help if you get into difficulties. The same meaning. Simple present becomes simple past. The answer must be option B. Come to the next one. May you live long and prosper, said the old lady to her son. May you live long and prosper. This is a desire, a wish, or a prayer. Optative sentence. Right. Now, may becomes might. May changes to might. Based on that, A is eliminated, might is not there. B is eliminated, might is not there. D is eliminated, might is not there. The answer must be option C. We will discuss all the options. The question is, may you live long and prosper, said the old lady to her son. Come to option A. The old lady blessed her son with long life and wished him prosperity. Long life in the sense, the word life is a noun. Leave it there, I'll come back to it. Come to Bombay. The old lady prayed for her son's long life and prosperity. Prosperity is also a noun, ITY word. Life is a noun, prosperity is also a noun. Come to option D. The old lady blessed her son and prayed for his long life and prosperity. Noun, noun. Come to the question now. May you live long and prosper. It is always may plus V1 plural. Verb. So may plus V1 plural. Live is a verb here. Prosper is also a verb here. We cannot change the part of speech, or we should not change the part of speech. The meaning should remain the same. Based on that, A, C and D are eliminated. Now come to option C. The old lady prayed. It's an optative sentence. Prayer, wish. The old lady prayed for her son and said that he might live long and prosper. May became might. Might plus V1 plural. So might live long and prosper. Prosper. Live is a verb here. Prosper is a verb, also verb here. The part of speech remains the same. The answer must be option C. Come to the next one. He said to the interviewer, "Could you please repeat the question? Could you please repeat the question? Interrogative sentence. If or whether should be used, because the interrogative sentence is not starting with a WH word or WH word or how. So we have to go for if or whether. Based on that, B is eliminated, C is eliminated, because in B and C we don't have if or whether. Come to Bombay. He requested the interviewer to please repeat the question. Requested and please together becomes an error with redundancy, repetition, eliminated. Come to option A. He requested the interviewer if he could. Request is fine here because it's a question plus a request. He requested the interviewer if he could please repeat the question. He requested the interviewer if he could please repeat the question becomes an error with redundancy, eliminated. Now come to option D. He requested the interviewer if he could repeat the question. Requested is fine. Requested to the interviewer is wrong. Because could you please repeat the question? It is like a request in interrogative form. So request the interviewer if he could repeat the question, grammatically correct. Got it? Come to the next one. He said, "It used to be a lovely quiet street." I say that in this case the rules are not applicable. Why? I told you this in the exceptions on tenses. Used to is for a regularly happening action in the past. If it is a regularly happening action, the rules are not applicable. The tense and the category must remain the same. Undoubtedly, the meaning must be the same. So it used to be a lovely quiet street. It used to be a simple past. It must remain as simple past itself. The tense and the category should remain the same. Based on that, option B is eliminated. B says had used to be. Had used to be is had plus V3. Had plus V3 is past perfect, eliminated. Now, Delhi is eliminated. D says whether. Whether or if can be used only in the case of an interrogative sentence. Only while converting an interrogative sentence to the indirect speech. So whether cannot appear here because sentence given here is not an interrogative one, eliminated. Now we have two options left, A and C. The meaning should remain the same. He said, it used to be a lovely quiet street. Come to option A. He said that. Said becomes said that. He said that it used to be a lovely quiet street. The same tense and category and the meaning also remains the same. Leave it. Come to option C. He said that there used to be a lovely quiet street. There refers to place. Here and there refer to place. There's no place talked about in the sentence. The meaning is completely different. Option C is eliminated. The answer must be A. He said that it used to be a lovely quiet street. Got it? Come to the next one. The Prime Minister said that no one would be allowed to disturb the peace. Indirect speech. Where to go, where to translate, where to convert from indirect to direct. The Prime Minister said that no one would be allowed to disturb the peace. Would changes to will or shall. Indirect to direct. Would changes to will or shall. Based on that, option D is eliminated. Option B is eliminated. Because will or shall is not there. We have can here in option D. Could changes to can. Indirect to direct. Gone. Then B says would, eliminated. Now we have two options left, A and C. Now we should think about the meaning. Come to the question once again. The Prime Minister said that no one would be allowed to disturb the peace. Come to option A. The Prime Minister said, we shall not allow anyone to disturb the peace. Correct? Leave. Come to C. The Prime Minister said, no one will disturb the peace. Prime Minister said, no one would be allowed to disturb the peace. C says, no one will disturb the peace. The meanings are completely different. Eliminated. The answer must be option A. The Prime Minister said, we shall not allow. That means no one would be allowed. We shall not allow anyone to disturb the peace. The answer must be option A. Got it?